Hi guys, welcome to World Class Happiness. I'm Dominic. We're going through a little series on relationships. You may well have already seen the first 4 videos in the series. We're going to do 17 videos in this little series, talking about mainly marriage and partnerships, long-term partnerships generally. And we're talking about the do's and don'ts and things that are going to help you to have a stronger, happy relationship. Now, I said there's 17 elements because it went up to number 17. All right. Now, I just noticed, which was quite funny, really. I'd done number 4. I was going to make another video. So I obviously turned the page looking for number 5. And I turned the page and we got, okay, number 6. And I'm thinking, right, number 5 must have missed a page. And I haven't missed a page. It goes from number 4 to number 6, and then it carries on 7, 8, 9. So the last video that I made was don't expect perfection. All right, don't expect perfection in life. Don't expect perfection in relationships, and don't expect perfection in a book, because I've just noticed a mistake. And since the book's been published and that was edited, I have noticed 1 or 2 little mistakes here and there. Even something simple. I think there was a little letter instead of a capital letter at the start of a sentence. So there are 1 or 2 little errors. You generally get errors, you know, now and again in books. But yeah, that's the first time I've noticed that one. So I'm kind of glad I'm doing this video because I've noticed another mistake, and that could possibly be corrected at another time. But number 6. Which should be, we'll call it number 5. Number 5, the grass is never greener. Okay. And the grass is never greener. Now, the grass is never greener. Generally, obviously, we're talking about looking over the fence and somebody else's grass looks greener, obviously, yeah. But I heard another quote a little while ago, which was along similar lines, but it's normally like the grass is never green on the other side, but if it is, generally the grass is fake. Now, I thought that was really good because generally that's what we tend to do. We look over at people in other relationships and we tend to think, oh, well, they look like they've got a perfect relationship. That all looks like that's going perfectly. They never argue. Everything's perfect. And it isn't. Generally, it isn't. And generally, the reason we think that that's perfect is because that's all they're putting out into the world on social media, Facebook, Instagram, whatever. They're always, you know, on the beach looking into the distance, you know, walking in the sunset and all that type of thing. And we're only seeing like the perfect elements or perfect bits of other people's relationships. We're not seeing the arguments. We're not seeing the bits where you're feeling in a mood and you know, you're fighting over whether you want EastEnders on or Coronation Street. Do you know what I mean? You're not seeing those bits. You're just seeing the perfect bits. So the grass is never greener is something that definitely applies to a relationship. As far as I'm concerned, mine and Claire's relationship is about as perfect as you can get, but that isn't perfect, and I wouldn't expect it to be. And your relationship, if you're in one, is not going to be perfect either. If you feel like it is, then maybe there's things that you're not saying, things that your partner's not saying that you're holding back. You know, sometimes when you hear about couples who never ever argue, it's possibly and you know, argue is one word, but never have any sort of dispute or any kind of disagreement, then I think there is some kind of issue then in a relationship. Somebody's not saying something. And yeah, also in terms of like the grass is never greener, we look at celebrity relationships and stuff and they always look perfect and whatever, and that's their job to look perfect. I don't think that's a big problem if, you know, you've got bad habits and your partner's got bad habits and you don't really like those things about them or about yourself, but that's life. Everyone, you know, whether it be Brad Pitt or whoever, you know, anyone who you kind of consider as like your perfect person, they will have bad habits, they will have bad traits, and they'll get in bad states and be in bad moods and stuff. So, you know, the grass is never greener within a relationship. If you have a bad day or your partner has a bad day, generally on another day, you know, that's all going to be working well. So so yeah, so that was meant to be number 5, not number 6, but we'll carry on in the order that we're going in. I'm losing count now which one's which, but we'll carry on. And apologies for the mistake, we all make mistakes, and I'll see you on another video. Please subscribe.